What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I'm bringing you a video of a Giants B10 speed team with Grego the Dark Lich. So normally I have a face cam, but I don't have it on right now because I didn't feel like getting dressed basically. So this one's not gonna have a face cam, but this team, I ran it a couple times just to make sure it worked, and it did work most of the time. I tried it like 6 times, I think, and it did fail once. But so sometimes giants, like speed teams like this, are always going to have a chance to fail just because if you miss a defense break or if you miss a crit or something. My Lucians should not be missing crits because they both have like 97% crit rate plus the elemental advantage, so they should have like well over 100%. But the Grego can miss crits and the Hua can miss crits. But so the reason I decided to make this video was because I have a Dark Lich and it's cool to have LD Nat 4s. And the other reason was that he's a pretty strong damage dealer, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how his passive stacks in Giants. Because for those of you that don't know, the Dark Lich has a passive that makes it so every time anyone dies, and a teammate or an enemy dies, he gets like 50% more attack. So that basically means that on the boss stage, if your whole team starts dying, he'll get stacks and he'll do more damage. So I just thought it'd be interesting to see how it works. He's not my favorite Giants B10 monster because of or none of the Liches are really my favorites because of the fact that they all have multi-hit skills. So that means the boss is going to counterattack all the time when the Liches attack. And the other reason I was a little reluctant to try this was because my Lich, this Dark Lich right here, is built for Necro. So I think he has like 100 speed or something. So he's insanely slow, but being slow is not that bad considering I don't really want him to attack too much because he's going to make the boss counterattack. But this team does work pretty well. The last run I think was a minute and 8. The average is probably about a minute and 5 or so, give or take a few seconds. And so we'll see how this run goes. And also his passive makes it so he takes half the damage, but so he can potentially take one hit from the giant counterattack. Although he did not do it right there, he did just die on the first counterattack. But if your teammates get counterattacked first, then the Lich will get extra attack power. So this run was a minute and 4. So yeah, it's more or less average. I'll show you the runes on the Lich right here really quick. This my recording software is frozen. Okay, it just crashed. Sorry. I'll just load that up again really quickly. And let me resize it. Or it was pretty much resized. So this was the Dark Lich I was using. You can see it had no skill ups in either skills. It's on Fatal Blade. I said earlier I was using a Necro, but I do not have the ideal Necro build. Obviously you want Violent Revenge, but Fatal Blade works okay. Um, I didn't want to build him for too much HP because for Necro, I didn't if he gets taken over by the boss, I didn't want him to like not I didn't want him to be too tanky because then it would take forever to kill him. But so this is about 15,000 HP, but with his passive, it's like having 30,000 HP. But so if you were planning on using this guy just for giants, then you might consider giving him a little more HP, and then he could definitely be able to tank one counterattack from the boss. But his base attack is really low at 615, but I still tried to add attack power to him because I wanted him to be a damage dealer and a dungeon damage dealer. Although he's better in PvP because when PvP he actually has a chance to stack his passive, whereas PvE for the most part he doesn't really get that many stacks on his passive. But so he's got whatever 1600 attack, which is okay. He's literally got plus 0 speed. Um, 70 crit rate. On Necro, I use Adrian, so I get a crit rate buff, so that's why he's built so low in crit rate. 159 crit damage is pretty good, and he's got max accuracy for Giants and Necro. The debuffs are more important in Necro than the Giants because Galleon will do the defense break, and the speed debuff is nice to get, but lots of times Hua will land it, or hopefully Hua will land it because I built Hua with accuracy, but Hua's fire, so she'll glance a lot. And let me load this up again, and I'll show you the runes on the rest of my team. So this is the Lucian to the left, the leader skill Lucian. It doesn't have max skills. My two Lucians are pretty much, or at least almost, identical in stats. But I'll show you the runes anyways. This guy's on double blade and a broken set, and plus 59 speed. Whatever, you can see that. This is my other Lucian. Like they're literally like pretty much identical. Um, this one's got like 10 more crit damage and like 100 less attack. And so this one on the left has got like 100 less or 10 less crit damage and like 100 more attack. But they're like the exact same speeds, same stuff. I forgot to show you, I wanted to show you each rune from the Lich. He's on Fatal Blade. He's got this on slot 1. He's built on attack, crit damage, and attack. If you do plan on using this Lich in your Giants team, what I'd recommend, honestly, I'd probably recommend a Fatal Blade set, like attack, crit damage, attack, but maybe get a little more speed and maybe a little more HP if you want, and you don't need all this accuracy that I got. So that's what I'd recommend if you want to use him. If you want me to, I could also make a video of a Giants B10 team with Grego that's not quite as fast, like a team with healers and stuff, more of like a beginner's team, because this is a fairly late game team. Here's my Hua. I've got Swift Focus. You can see the skill ups here. I believe with these skill ups, all I have is damage. I don't have any harmful effect rate or cooldown turns yet. But this Hua is not that fast. It's got close to max crit rate. Oh, not very great crit damage. It's got max accuracy for Giants, Dragons, Necro. I don't use her in Necro. I use her in Giants and Dragons, but it's got bonus accuracy basically. And then it's tanky enough to survive a hit or two in the first stages if that does happen. And then the last monster I have here is my Galleon, who's on a Violent Energy. You can see he's max skilled. He's got max accuracy, and then okay speed and HP. I think he has defense slot 4. Yeah, he's speed, HP, or speed, defense, accuracy. So yeah, this Galleon is not a damage Galleon. If you want to check out like my account as a whole, I did make a video somewhat recently, two days ago, I think, where I showcased my whole account. I think I just called it Spiral's Account Showcase. So if you want to check that out, then feel free to check that out. But that's really all I have for this video, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just mention it in the comments, as well as sorry, did not say it right there. If there's any other videos you want to see, you can also just mention that in the comments, and I'll likely make it in the future, or I'll at least try to make it. Because I've gotten some requests before to make dungeon teams with certain monsters, and I either don't have the monster or I can't make a team around it. An example of a team I'm still working on is someone requested I make a full light dark Dragons B10 team, and I just don't quite have the monsters to do that right now. At least I don't have the monsters built. Maybe I'll have to, if I built some, I could make one, but I'm not that worried about that. The thing just crashed, but it's okay because it's pretty much the end of the video, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.